welcome back to another Kacademy video. This is episode 3 of our GCSE series, and in this video we'll be talking about fractions. First we'll be talking about how to cancel down or simplify a fraction. To cancel down or simplify a fraction, you have to divide the top number. You have to divide the top number and the bottom number with the same number. And you have to do this until they can't be divided any further. So for this question that we have been given, the fraction that we need to simplify is 18 over 24. Well, both of these numbers are divisible by 3. So 18 divided by 3, that's 6. 24 divided by 3, well, that's 8. And that leaves us with 6 over 8. But 6 over 8 are both divisible by the number 2. So we divide both of them by 2, which gives us 3 over 4. And since 3 is a prime number, this is our final answer. Another thing I would like to point out is that this fraction, and this fraction is the same amount. They have different numbers, but they're still the same amount. So to put this into perspective, 18 24ths of a pizza, 6 eighths of a pizza, and 3/4 of the pizza is all going to be the exact same amount. Next up, we're going to talk about mixed numbers. Well, first we need to understand what a mixed number is. Well, a mixed number is the number like 3 and 3/1/3. 3/1/3. This is an example of a mixed number, because this number has an integer part and it also has a fraction part. And there are also improper types of fraction. Improper types of fractions are fractions like 64 over 2. The top number, 64, is bigger than the bottom number, 2. So this is an improper fraction, because an improper fraction is a number where the top number is bigger than the bottom number. So we have been given this question, write 4 2/3 as an improper fraction. Well, the way I like to do this is that, let's come over here for a second, and let's write 4 2/3, okay? Well, what I like to think of it is that 4 is like a whole. So in order to do this, we need to multiply the 4 and the 3 together. So that gives us 12. So for example, we have to multiply the number on the side and the bottom number to get the total number. And so this gives us the number 12. So we multiply these two numbers to get this number. And well, so this number that we get over here, well, we get that number and we get the 3 because that's the denominator, and we times the 12 by the 2. So, no, we don't times it, we add it. So we get 12 plus 2 over 3, and that gives us 14 over 3, which is our answer. So that is how you do it. So you basically multiply the denominator with the whole number, and then the number that you get, you add that to the top number, and you keep the denominator. Okay, now let's talk about multiplying. So multiplying is pretty easy, but it's really easy beforehand. So multiplying, well, basically, in order to multiply easily, all you have to do is just multiply the top and the top and the top, and you have to multiply the bottom and the bottom, and you have to do them separately, which is why I've highlighted them in different colors. But before we do this, it's a lot more easier to just simplify it. 8 and 12 are both divisible by 4. So that leaves us with 2 and 3. And 15 and 5 are both divisible by 5. So that leaves us with 3 and 1. And this leaves us gets us our answer 2 over 3 times by 1 over 3. And like I said, you have to multiply the bottom numbers together, and you have to multiply the top numbers together. And that gives us an answer of 2 over 9. And this is our final answer. Finally, let's talk about dividing fractions. I like to use this really cool trick, which is called KCF, and they all correspond to one thing in the equation. But before we use that, we have to first turn these fractions into improper fractions. So remember our technique. We times those two numbers together, and then the topic of that we add to the top number. So 3 times 2 is equal to 6. 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. So the first number is 7 over 3. And we do the same for the second answer. So 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 7. So it's 7 over 2. So this is what we get. So now that we've turned it into improper fractions, we can now use our KCF method. So the K stands for keep. So we keep the first number. The C stands for change. So we change the divide symbol into a time symbol. And the flip, we just flip the two numbers around in the fraction. So it goes to 2 over 7. So now it just turns into a multiply the bottom by the bottom and multiply the top by the top. And that gives us 7 times 2, 14. 3 times 7, 21. So our answer is 14 over 21. And well, there you have it. That's how you so that's 4 main tips. So that's 4 main tips that are really useful for fractions in your GCSE. Make sure to subscribe if you like this video and it helped you. And make sure to like this video if you want us to continue the series. This was episode 3 if you're wondering. And you can watch episode 1, 2, 1. This was episode 4 if you're wondering. And you can watch episode 1, 2 and 3 on this playlist. Thanks for watching. Bye.